Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of our new show here at the Adventurers Pack. The currently secret title, you'll get it eventually, of our foray into roleplay storytelling content. So I am Scott, your storyteller for this evening, and joining the cast, please welcome, we have Brittany Cox. We have James Truman.
Good evening.
And we have Emme Watkins.
Hello.
So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what is going on, the game that we're going to be running is using the World of Darkness storytelling game engine. This is set in a modern era and uses mechanics of just a bunch of D10s to determine successes and failures on skill checks. We have had a lot of fun setting this up, and we have an amazing story for you that, I have no idea how long it'll go. This should last quite a while. Before we get into this, I do want to let everyone know that this version of our show is not going to be very heavy with audience interaction. The performers and myself will not be watching the chat. So we will not be talking, answering questions, any of that. But we encourage you to please join in with our community, hang out, discuss the show that's going on. If you do have any questions or would like to talk to the cast after the show, you are always welcome to join us at our post-show hangout on our Discord. If you are interested, you can find our Discord, links in the widgets below. You can also follow us on all of our social medias. Before we get started, I want to give a big old thank you to all of you who are joining us for tonight's first episode, and also a big old thank you to all of our patrons. You are all incredible, and we love you. So with that, players, are you ready to dive in to this first episode of our show?
Let's do it.
I think so.
As ready as
All
I'm
right.
ever going to be to get my pants scared off. Let's do it.
So, as we begin, Gareth Baker. Slowly, you begin to regain consciousness, your head throbbing with every beat of your heart and a muffled silence echoing in your ears. Your eyes open, and through the haze of your unfocused eyes and the remnants of whatever had happened to you, you see a gray concrete ceiling lit by a sharp white light. You raise your arm to your head to shield your eyes. At least you tell yourself to. But your arm is unresponsive. Before you are able to register the fear of what might be wrong, your arm does come into your vision, lagging behind the commands that you give it. As your hand covers your eyes, shielding them from the light, you lay there, wherever there is. Slowly, the pain recedes. After a minute, you can feel your limbs once again, and the soft hum of the fluorescent light reverberates in your ears. You are conscious. What would you like to do?
Oh, what the fuck was that? I'd like to just slowly try and look around the room that I'm in, trying not to move too quickly or obviously.
All right. As you turn your head to the side, you hear the creaking of canvas and rope. And looking over, you can see that you are in a rather sharply lit concrete room. Again, your vision is still somewhat blurry, but against the far wall, you can see what looks to be a large set of wire shelving pushed up against the far side wall. As you glance about, you can see that you appear to be laying in a cot. A concrete floor, walls, ceiling, and 3 other cots in your vision. two of which appear to be occupied.
Do I recognize either of the people in the cots?
It's
What do
hard
they
to
look
make
like?
out as you're laying there looking over. You can just barely make out the figures, but with where you are and still the impairedness of your vision, you can't really see who they are.
I'd like to try and get up.
All right. As you push yourself up from your cot, the world tilts with you, but has a bit of a wobble, and you can feel your stomach begin to lurch. You steady yourself, and you're seated.
I'll stay sitting and just kind of call to the room at large and the two other people I can see. Just, hey, where am I? What's going on? Who are you?
As you call out, even your own voice is still somewhat muffled to your ears. It's as if you're talking down a long hallway. At which point, Cass, you come to consciousness with the same sharp, throbbing pain, but the silence is replaced with the dulled echoing of a voice calling out, "Who's there? Where are you?"
God, what happened? I'm gonna sit up. Can I sit up?
Yeah. Sitting up, you immediately feel disjointed as the rest of your body hasn't reconnected to your mind. So you move forward, but you don't feel any of the air moving. The cot that you're seated on, you cannot tell that it is there. It's almost as if you're just floating in space. As you put your hand down to steady yourself, you look and you see it holding on to the metal frame that is holding the rope, holding the canvas that you are on. And you know that that's your hand, and you know that it's holding it, but you can't feel it. But you are up, your vision blurred, and with the white light piercing, and is almost all that you can see, except for the faint outline of another person seated to your left.
Hey, do you know where we are? Anybody? Idiot yelling in the corner. Where are we?
I just asked you the same bloody question. I have no clue. Who are you?
I'm Cass. How did you get here?
Couldn't rightly tell you, darling. But, something ain't right. That much I know.
Clearly. Hey, and I turn to the other person, the one but on the other side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you awake?
There's no immediate response. You can see they're breathing, but no motion.
Okay, let's figure this out. Can I see anything around us? Is my vision getting better?
Slowly but surely, it is coming back to you. And looking around, it appears as if you are in a square room. You can see the four cots. The one to your left, the gentleman seated in. The one to your right, occupied. And the four kind of in the back corner of this room. To your right, you can see the large wire shelving. You can see, with what your vision is giving you, there appears to be things on it, maybe small boxes and cans, both on it and on the floor. But again, you're making out vague shapes.
I'm gonna try and stand up.
All right. As you stand up, the world just spins. Could you give me a stamina and resolve check?
Two successes.
2 successes. So as the world spins, you are able to plant your feet and hold on to your lunch, your breakfast, dinner, whatever time of day it is, you have no idea. And whatever last meal you had, you can barely remember. Whatever it is, you keep it in there, and the world begins to settle down a little bit.
I still have my piece.
You do not. Looking down, you can see that you seem to be wearing the same street clothing that you were. Your coat, however, has been removed. You're down to your pants, shirt. Your belt is still there, but all of the pieces attached to it gone. You search frantically for any of your personal belongings, wallet, phone, keys, nothing. At this point, Bryn, of the pain of each throb brings you to a level of consciousness.
Shit.
I'm not going to sit up. I'm just going to actually go very, very, very still and just try and just look around very, very carefully and still.
Okay. Looking around, you can see a standing figure checking their personages for something. You can see another figure seated a couple cots down, and the bright, piercing light, but your vision too is very hazy.
Do either of these people look like the last person I saw?
Both of these people at the moment look like fuzzy outlined figures with broadly defined features.
I don't know. I don't know if you're there, but I don't have anything. I don't have anything. Whatever it is you want, I don't have it.
We didn't kidnap you. I don't know who you're talking about. Do you know where we are?
That's good. No. Shit. You were kidnapped too, then? Fuck.
I'd like to just quickly raise my hand and check where I felt the scratch on my neck.
Okay. Yeah. Raising your hand, you can feel soreness to your neck and stiffness in that area, but you don't feel any fresh wound. You don't feel any bump. As you are raising your hand, though, would you give me a wits and a composure roll for me, please?
Sure. Three successes.
3 successes, okay. As you pull your hand away, looking down, you can actually see a needle that has been put into your arm, one of those receivers for a syringe to inject something in. You can see that the needle is under your skin, and a bandage is holding it tightly.
Just gonna try and control my breathing, and then just kind of, again, just to the room at large, to anybody that might be listening or listening in on us, just, what have you done to me? Where am I? What is this?
It's about at this time all of your visions begin to sharpen, and you can, for the first time, actually get a good look at one another. So, Cass, would you like to describe yourself for me, please?
Yeah. So I'm average build. Lost my jacket. Fuck. I'm wearing jeans. They've clearly worn through. I'm wearing black boots. Again, not new. And a gray tank top. Would have been wearing a leather jacket, but that's gone. And on my belt, I got a holster. It's empty. And I have my hair's pulled back into a ponytail, messy. It's kind of brown and medium length.
Gareth?
I'm maybe a little taller than average. Slight build, but looks sort of somewhat wiry. Like you could probably tell, very little body fat. Shaved head. Bit of stubble going on. Do I still have all the same clothing I did?
Most of your clothing, your outerwear has been removed, but you're down to shirt, pants, shoes. Again, checking everything else, all personal belongings have been removed.
Yeah, just kind of rough-looking flannel shirt. Very old, stained pair of jeans, and a pair of work boots that were probably once a kind of light brown, but are now just kind of earth-colored. Yeah.
All right. And Bryn?
Sure. Okay. So, I have that sort of Peter Pan youthfulness to me. Just kind of light features, hazel eyes, dark ginger hair that can't really decide if it wants to be curly or wavy, down about to my shoulders. It looks like maybe at one point before this I tried to comb it and tame it, but it always just kind of looks kind of just like it wants to do its own thing. About 5'8". Everything, I don't look like I've lifted a weight a day in my life. I'm just a small person. But everything about me, my fingers, my arms, my legs, everything about me is just kind of a little bit long and dexterous. I wear a very well-tailored suit and tie. Although that looks probably a little bit ruffled at this point. And a little smidge of blood along my collar. Dress shoes. Yeah, very, very well put together. Do I still have my glasses?
Yes, your glasses do still remain.
Right,
Of the suit, the jacket to your suit is gone. The button-up shirt with tie is still there. But as you two are checking in on yourself, you see that your right arm sleeve has been rolled up, and you too have a injection port taped to your arm.
Cool story. I've got a thin black wire round glasses, and it's a little bit hard to tell my age. There's a little bit of gray in my hair, though. Just a little bit. And as I discover that thing in my arm, I'll just... Okay. Before I pull it out, I'd like to check in on the hit to the back of my head that I took.
Yeah, as you take your hand up to the back of your head, again, it's sore and you can feel a bump, but it doesn't appear to be fresh.
Cool. I'll try and take that needle out.
All right. As you reach down and slowly begin to pull, would you give me I will let this be your call of dexterity and medicine or intelligence and medicine?
I'm gonna do dexterity in medicine.
Okay.
And I'm unskilled in medicine, so I subtract 1, correct?
You subtract 3 for mental skills.
Oh gosh, so I'm just rolling 1 then. Like you just get a free shot, right?
So if that takes you down to 0,
Takes
then
me to
this is going to
0.
be a chance roll.
Cool. That's just 1, right?
1 die, you need a 10 to succeed. And if you roll a 1, don't roll a 1.
Okay, got it. Good to know. That's an 8.
An 8. So as you pull it, there's a sharp shooting pain in your arm, and a little bit of blood begins to start pouring out. And you cup your hand over it. You are going to take 1 point of bashing damage from removing it, but just the 1.
Okay, good to know. Well, that was done. Okay.
Do I have one of those things in my arms too?
Looking over at Bryn as they pull it out of their arm, you look down and you do see a small injection port taped to your right arm.
Well, that one's bleeding, so I'm gonna start casing the room, seeing if I can see a way to get out.
Okay. Give me your choice of wits or intelligence and investigation.
I'm gonna do wits. I got 1 success.
1 success. All right. As you are looking about the room, you can see that it is fairly just a cube. The shelving to the front of you, you can see a strewn collection of cans and a couple of small boxes. It looks as though primarily foodstuffs. There wasn't a lot, and some of it that remains has been strewn about the floor. To the left of that, you can see a small bin. As you continue peering over to the left of the room, you can actually see that the wall that you are up against is doesn't go the full length of the room. You can see it looks as though there's an entryway or an opening that kind of curves around. And continuing your gaze along the side of the wall, you can actually see next to the farthest cot against the wall where Gareth was, you see a small metal and plastic pad that's been affixed to it with some screws. Looks to be, you're familiar with security card readers that, so there's one of those onto the wall.
I'm gonna go walk along the wall to see where that, you said there's like a little alcove
Mm-hmm.
entryway thing. I'm gonna go look and see
Yeah, walking up to it,
where that leads.
you turn around and you can see a set of stairs leading up, and at the top of the stairs, a massive steel door with a seam down the center. And to the right of it, you can see looks to be another security card reader, but this one has a keypad on it as well.
Well, looks like we're in a basement.
That makes sense.
Oh, I will also say, Cass, based on your success looking around, you also saw against the wall to the right of the shelving unit, the other wall that has two of the cots, you see a small window that is about towards the top of the ceiling. It's about yay big.
Is it dark out that window?
It looks to be a little bit of light coming in, but not enough to get an exact time of day. Clearly not night, but you're not sure beyond that.
I'll stand up.
Okay.
If I was, and you can tell me how to rule on this, Scott,
Mhm.
if I was watching Cass do some of that, would I have noticed the security at the door? The
With
slider?
where you are seated, you can't actually see the door at the top of the stairs. It's behind a
Okay.
part of the concrete wall.
Got it.
So there's a concrete wall, an opening, and then stairs going up on the other side of that wall.
Okay.
Or at least
Well, in that case,
that's
if I
what
did
Cass
not
saw.
see that, I'm gonna take just a very quick cursory glance to look around, see if I see cameras, anything that looks like it might be a hidden security camera of any kind, anything that looks like hidden microphones.
Okay. Give me.
Knowing sort of what those look like, I'm kind of looking for those.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and give me a wits and investigation on that one.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. Yeah, you have a very trained mind for where small cameras like this might be located, and you catch all of the major corners. You look for any telltale signs of falsity to the ceiling, and there doesn't appear to be anything.
I mean, why put us in a basement if you're not even going to watch us? Or I don't see any security or anything.
We're just locked in here.
Locked. Okay.
Either of you two remember where you were, what you were doing before you woke up here?
Yeah. Yeah. I was driving home. I was in my car. I had seen this guy, and he earlier in the night, and he was in the back of my car. And I tried to run, but I guess he drugged me or something, and then he hit me on the head.
Where's home?
Las Vegas. I'm from Vegas.
You were in Vegas.
Yeah. What about you? Where are you guys? Are you guys from Vegas?
No.
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I was at a dockyard. Scott, remind me, was it in Pennsylvania? No, New York? Somewhere East Coast.
Yeah, I want to say Pennsylvania. I don't actually have your notes
I
from
think it
that
was
session here.
I think it was Pennsylvania. I travel a lot, and the places all blur together. But I was in a dockyard, and it was cold, and I was chasing down somebody and just got whacked from behind.
It was Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Thank you. I knew it started with a P. And
Chasing someone down.
You're chasing someone?
yeah, I'm a U.S. Marshal.
Oh.
So I was chasing down a lead, following a felon who's a fugitive. So where did you say you were, sir?
Well, it seems we're a real tour of the states. I was up in the mountains in the northwest.
Okay.
Well, we could be fucking
Montana?
anywhere then.
Yeah. Doesn't help us at all.
I'm sorry. What are your names?
My name's Bryn. Bryn Knox.
Bryn. Okay.
Yeah, I work security.
Baker. Gareth Baker. I do lots of stuff. Lots of things.
Like what kind of lots of things?
I mean, last job I was doing was working on fixing up this old cabin. I've done,
Okay.
you know, seasonal work, just, you know, whatever I can get, really.
Like a contractor, laborer.
Handyman.
I'm trying to think of anything that would
Sure.
connect.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
handyman, contractor.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Shit.
This makes no sense. I mean, I was hoping you were some sort of something illegal. I don't know. And they brought us all together, but that went out the window. You said you work in security?
Yeah, I look for people who are trying to cheat. It's not as exciting a job as it sounds. I work in an office in Vegas and I stare at computers all day. I'm really good at seeing if people are cheating at cards. That's about it.
Well, aren't we the merry bunch?
This makes no sense. Why'd they bring us all together? I mean, I don't know you two. You guys don't know me.
Anybody owe anybody anything? Anybody get involved with anything? No. Me neither.
How much do I remember of the circumstances leading up to me being in the mountains, Scott?
Give me a intelligence and I'll say a wits and intelligence. This is pure brain power that you're trying to rely on here.
One success.
One success. I mean, through the haze, it's as if there is just a missing segment. But aside from that, you can recall everything leading up to the last moment.
I was, as in including my reasons for being up there, you know, etc., etc.
Everything.
Got it. I was offered a job, a very well-paying job. Either of you know the name Wesley Sigil?
Do I?
You do not.
I assume I don't either.
Doesn't come to mind.
Ross Hallwell.
That one, Cass, you can give me an intelligence and, let's see here. You can give me an intelligence and a politics on that one.
2 successes.
You do recognize this name, actually, as a decently prominent investment banker.
Hmm.
Nothing
Do
striking
I
you.
recognize his...
Hmm?
Sorry.
Nothing striking you as illegal history or whatnot, but the name has come up in newspapers every so often, and for you and your background, you would have read over that.
He's that Ross is a banker, right? Some sort of investment.
Right. Well,
Person.
I mean, that's what I was told, at least. Last thing I was doing, Hallwell had purchased some new property up in the mountains in Washington State. I was being paid to get out there and fix the place up, ready for, guests to arrive, I assume. And he was paying me 10 grand for it, which was not exactly something I could say no to.
It still doesn't make sense how we all got here, and like,
Where
where is here?
Wait, so that's an unusual amount of money for the kind of work you do, Garrett?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Well,
Cass,
if he's a banker, he'd just throw money out, right?
was there anything weird about this guy you were chasing? Did anything weird happen that night?
The guy I was chasing?
Yeah, anything weird that night?
Yeah. I got a note saying I got information about the guy you're chasing, the felon I told you about, and meet me at the docks. Go to the docks. Nobody was around. Just heard some weird noises, and yeah. I mean, there was a thing like, I don't know if this is drugs or what. I mean, I there has to be an explanation, because it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it must have been the drugs. It had to have been the drugs. So I just got clocked by a security guy.
It must have been the drugs. There was.
I just remember the security guard looked weird. He didn't look normal.
Did he have black eyes? Cass?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah. Yeah. I'd had a weird night. We had something happening over at the blackjack table, and they sent me down to actually watch on the floor. And I was tailing someone who had been running a job there. I followed her, and there was this guy sitting at a table, and it seemed wrong. He was sitting all by himself, he wasn't drinking, there was nobody with him, he wasn't gambling. And after we caught the woman, I walked by him again. I swear, I thought he was a performer or something. Like, I thought he was from one of the shows. But I just got this horrible feeling. Like, you know, when you go down into a basement and you're a kid, and then the hairs on the back of your neck just stick straight up, just like. But I swear to God, his eyes were black.
Mm.
But I just thought he was a performer or something. And then he ran through the back of the casino and we couldn't find him, but he's who got me in my car.
He's the one who knocked you out.
Yeah, I saw him. I don't know how. I kept trying to, I don't know, get back to the guys in the hotel. I hung on for a minute, so he had to knock me out, but yeah.
Gareth, what about you? Who knocked you out?
The only people I saw my whole time up there, I was up there better part of 2 weeks. I'd managed to get everything pretty much done, and I'd been given a whole month, so it was just going to be, you know, sitting pretty in the mountains for a couple of weeks. The only people I saw were a couple of punk kids broke in before I could really get started, chased them off. Only thing I saw before I lost consciousness, there was just this, I guess it was shaped like a person, but it was just a blur. But
Do you mean you didn't see them because you weren't wearing glasses? Or you were
so
high?
I got back, so the work was basically done. I went out, drove down to the nearest town, thought, hey, haven't eaten out in a while, grabbed a meal, drove back. When I got back, all the lights were on. It's a big place, and I definitely left just the porch light on. All of the interior lights were off when I left, and all of the lights were on. I thought, kids have come back. So I crept around and looked in through the windows. Couldn't see much of anything, but I could hear people very quickly trying to get out of sight. I saw, you know, doors very hurriedly closed, heard footsteps. Went to check the master bathroom, and shower curtain was drawn. There was a shape behind it. I said, okay, come out. This is over. Come out now, you don't get hurt. Nothing happened, and so I kind of lost my patience. I ripped open the curtain, and it was just a bathrobe hanging on the shower head, and I didn't put it there. And then I felt this scratch on my neck, and I tried to see who it was, but I don't know if they were just a blur or my vision was just a blur, but either way I couldn't see who.
Well, that's weird.
Okay. So, we've got a lead that it's one fast-moving guy with contacts, and he's creepy, with maybe some accomplices who like to run around.
I mean,
do real estate hijinks.
It has to be more than one person, because there's no way they could be in that many places in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, I don't know how long I was knocked out, but it didn't feel like that long, so...
No. So how would he have gotten from Vegas to Philadelphia? I mean, I don't know how long I've been out, but, like, that's a long flight.
Upon reflecting on time and how long you've been out, this is the first time that any of you really think, time, what time is it? And each of you do feel just that intense rumbling in the stomach. You don't appear to be weak, but you are each definitely hungry.
I think I saw some food over on in those boxes and stuff. So I'm gonna head over there and start shuffling through them.
What's in the box, Cass?
Looks like some food stuff.
Okay. So we got
Scott,
some food.
They're cans, right? Like there's a bunch of different kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you can see that there's a collection of cans. You've got canned beans, canned fruit, a couple of canned meats. The boxes seem to have some packaged, looks like freeze-dried food or dehydrated food. There are a couple of boxes of, looks like grain of some sort, but that one has actually been knocked over and has actually spilled onto the floor quite a bit.
Is there on the boxes and on the cans, is there a layer of dust, or are they pretty clean?
They aren't terribly dirty. There's not a thick, defined layer. Give me a quick wits investigation on this.
No successes.
No successes. Yeah, there's dirt and grime, and it looks like some layers of dust, but with it looks as though everything here had been moved recently, so it's hard to tell how much time, how much dust. It's the crime scene has been contaminated.
Great. Yeah, Bren. There's just some cans. I mean, they look safe to eat.
I mean, their cans are probably fine, but like, we got water. Hell, do we have a bathroom?
I didn't see one.
Great.
Now, are these ring pull cans or the kind of thing you'd need something to open?
Can opener.
They are ring pull cans, and actually, part of the collection of cans, you can see canned water on the bottom shelf, about a case and a half of it.
Oh, look. How convenient.
No, good.
Gareth, what do you want? Looks like we got meat, fruit, beans, and water.
I'll take the beans. I'd stay away from the fruit. It tends to go right through you.
All right, Bren.
Take the meat.
I'll just stick with water for the moment.
All right.
All right,
Eat a
so
little bit somehow. Okay.
I'm gonna go and investigate that. You said by one of the cots there was a security card looking thing, not a keypad.
Yes. So on the eastern wall, by the same wall that is on the opposite side of the stairs leading up, there's at first glance, what looks to be a key card reader of some sorts that has been mounted into the wall. Yeah, anything in particular you're looking at for this?
I'm just seeing if there's any, if there's a name, if there's any clue to what that opens, leads to, where the wires go, if I can see wires. Because it doesn't make sense to have a keypad not with a door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me a wits investigation. Your bread and butter.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Very nice. Yeah, looking around on this, you don't see any serial numbers. You don't see any brand name. You do actually see a place where a brand name may have existed or something, but it seems to have been sanded away. It was actually a really good sanding job. Looks like they started coarse, went to very fine with wet sanding. It's very smooth, but you do see that it had been altered to be clean. Checking it and the wall around it, you do find a very fine seam of a line in the wall to the right of the keypad, away from the wall of the with the cots. You don't. The seam is so fine you aren't able to even get your fingernail through there, and you doubt you could even get a piece of paper in there if you had one. Looking at the wall above and below, you don't see any other sign of this being a door, but you do see the seam.
See a seam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's interesting, Cass?
So this keypad,
Okay.
there's on the wall, there's like a seam. So
Okay.
these two walls, I think there's either a hidden door, hidden something.
Okay.
Because why would you have a keypad on a door? You're in security, right?
And now, just
Yeah, no,
Keypads are
they-
for
They opened something.
to clarify on this, so this one just has a blank slate with the ridges on it that looks as though it would read a card.
that's
Yeah,
yes.
the one
Right.
the one by the door at the top of the stairs has a keypad associated with that one.
Okay. I mean, I'll take a look at him and see if that. I mean, I doubt that I'll learn anything you didn't, but let me go take a peek.
No, I mean you know these more than I do.
Yeah, like I work a little bit with the computers and the tech stuff. Take a look.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go look at the security equipment.
All right. So, which one are you looking at first?
Let's look at the key slide, the card slider first.
Okay. Yeah.
By
Give
the
me
mysterious thing.
what's an investigation on that one?
Sure. Hooray! Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. Seeing this, it's not actually a sliding card reader. This appears to be. You recognize it as one that it's a tap reader. So there's a magnetic chip or something on either an ID badge, a security card, could even just be a key fob, but something that when placed up against this, there's a reader on the inside that would read as an acceptance or a denial and do something.
Okay. And this seam in the wall appears to go further into the room. Like, so if it were to open up, there would be like another room beyond this one.
It's tough to tell. With Cass pointing it out to you, it just seems to be a seam that goes a chunk of the length of the wall that it's attached to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no indication of if it slides or no hinges, anything.
Nothing.
Okay, well this is for our key fob, so we would need a magnetic chip to open this one up.
I will say you do also have both seen that this has been mounted into the wall with some rather heavy-duty screws on each of the 4 corners.
And what are the walls made out of again?
Concrete.
Concrete.
That's what I thought.
I mean, if anybody can find a screwdriver. Yeah, maybe they left us conveniently cans of beans and a screwdriver. That would be great.
And
It
you
would
see
be
the-
very conscientious.
The screws holding this in, it's not a standard Phillips or flathead. This is one of those specialty star sockets.
Super neat. Okay.
Even better if they left that one.
And from here, can I look around the stairs to see the wall, to see up the stairs?
Yeah, you can poke your head around the corner and see up the stairs, and you see the massive steel door with the seam down the center of it.
Cool.
And then the key reader, and you can tell that it's got the same device as on the wall in the basement, but this one has a keypad to the left of it attached to the same thing.
Weird. So this one needs a code and a device to open it. So, I mean,
Now, you know,
My
with
assumption-
your experience in security, it doesn't necessarily have to be a code, and it could potentially
maybe
be...
one or the other.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to sit down and play just punching buttons until we die, that's a faster way of maybe doing this. Would I know this kind of lock? How many numbers maybe are in the code, or is that would I be taking a real shot in the dark with that one?
That one is going to be... you'll have a decent idea on this. For this, you'll actually have an intelligence check with... we'll have this be with your larceny, actually. This would technically
Ooh,
fall into
yay.
that.
Okay. Right. Ooh, great. Okay. So intelligence and larceny, you say?
Yes.
Sweet. That's how we do it. That is 3 successes.
3 successes, very nice. Yeah, you're familiar with this. You actually, in one of the early days of upgrading the gear at your place of employment, they actually implemented a system just like this before. You know that this is going to be at least a 5-digit code, and you can see that the keypad has numbers 1 through 9, and the bottom line then being *0#. So
Oh.
it's likely a 5-digit code plus.
5-digit combos. Okay.
But
I've seen readers
Crack.
like this. This probably needs 5 numbers and probably like the star, the pound at the end to tell you you're done doing the thing. So the chances of us guessing are really low.
While taking a swig of beans, I'm gonna go and sift through the grain that is spilled on the floor, see if there's anything concealed by that pile.
all right, cool. Give me a what's an investigation on that one?
One success.
1 success. Sifting through it, it appears that this is dried oats and the sort of thing that could keep for a while. And you check what's on the floor. You don't notice anything. Deciding to take the rest of the box and its contents, you kind of sift some of it out, move it around in the box. Doesn't seem to be anything inside or concealed within. As you're looking around, you do notice that a good 5 or 6 cans have been knocked onto the ground as well. Some of them dented, and none of them have broken open, but they have been damaged.
Can I just sort of grab the shelves and see how easy they would be to move?
Sure. Just giving them a quick check on shifting them side to side with the cans that are on there, and there's a good let's see, 15, 20 cans of including that is on the ground. And you know that the cans would add some heft to this, but the rest of it seems to be one of those large, just steel wire frame. You're able to, with the breadth of your arms, grab either side of it. Movable, tougher with the cans on it, but it's the sort of thing that you could buy at any hardware store. It's nothing too special.
I'd like to just see if I can shift it just a few inches, enough for me to be able to like take a look behind the shelving, like check out the wall there.
All right, give me a quick strength and athletics check for me.
success.
One success. You're able to get to the one side of it and push from the base, and it does scooch to one side, scraping against the concrete floor, and you can see that it's leaving some decent scuff marks in the ground. So it has moved.
And yeah, just like to see if there's anything of note about the wall behind the shelves.
All right, checking the wall behind the shelves once again. We can... Yeah, go ahead and give me a new wits and investigation.
Oh, okay.
So many rolls for such a little room.
3 successes.
3 successes. All right. Yeah, feeling along the wall. You can feel that the wall is cool to the touch, and from your experience, you can in the various bits of work that you've done, you actually get the impression that this is a structural wall that there is no other rooms to the other side of this. It's cool enough that there's solid ground on the other side. But then as you continue moving, a combination of feeling the temperature against the wall and looking for any seams, you don't see anything. Either it's a very thick wall or you're in the one room.
All right.
Did you find anything?
Unsurprisingly, no.
Now, Bryn, I will tell you, with your experience with this, it is a difficult lock, but you think, given enough time, it's the sort of thing you're familiar with.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to just keep looking at stuff, I can start pushing numbers and hope one of them works. I might be able to just take a listen to this thing, see if I can crack it.
Maybe try checking, like, if you can see which of the numbers have been pushed more than others. Isn't
Stuff
that
like
a
that.
thing?
It's a thing.
That's a
Yeah,
thing?
it's a thing. You know, real quick, before I start doing that, Scott,
Mm-hmm.
when we woke up before we started pushing shelves, was this place really neat? Was it in disarray?
Well, hard to tell. You didn't really have a chance to take it in. You did see the disarray of the cans from the shelf, but you haven't really checked anything else. You're more than welcome to if you would like.
I'll take just a quick look about.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you're just... Yeah, so that'll be a wits investigation.
Ooh. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, looking around, you see the floor, for the most part, is, except for where the cans have been knocked over and the fresh scuff marks from the moving of the shelf, the floor was fairly well kept, except you do notice similar scuff marks from that the shelf had made in the floor from 2 of the cots against the same wall that has the small window, so the opposite wall to the stairway and keycard door or keycard reader.
Okay.
It
there
looks
are how
as
many
though
cots?
there are 4 cots. Those 2, it looks as though the drag marks lead towards the stairwell, and as you follow the gaze, they the scuffs disappear, but looking then at the stairs that you're standing on, you can actually see some drag marks and chipping in the concrete of the stairs leading up.
Okay. Weird hunch. Is there a dent in the door?
Going up to check the door, looking at it, and keeping the same investigation roll that you had, the door is solid. The door is polished. There's no dent in the door.
Do I think that this was from dragging the cot down the stairs or dragging the cot up the stairs?
No idea.
Okay, well, it looks like we're not the first one to be moving furniture in here. I mean, if you look at these tracks along the floor, someone was moving these cots around before we got here, which, I mean, I don't know if it means anything, but I figure it's worth mentioning.
I'd like to check out the fourth cot, as in the one that none of us were in.
Mm-hmm.
Just, check under it, flip the mattress if that's a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Just give it a look-see.
Yeah, and we'll say with the simple task of just checking the cot, there's not really too much to hide from it. The cot is not attached to the ground. It's a simple bit of canvas that is held up via rope around a metal frame. But looking underneath, you actually do find a syringe that has been capped and has stuck to the end of the cap as well has the secondary input valve that each of the three of you had in you, and still two of you still have. The needle on that has also been capped for safety, but this looks to be it looks to be full.
I'll just delicately hold it up in the air. And this.
Fun. If anyone wants to sleep really hard again, there's your option.
But hey, we can use that. If somebody comes in, we could use that as a weapon.
Yeah?
So let's hold on to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just pop it in my pocket.
All right, so go ahead.
It doesn't say anything on it, like what it contains or anything. Like, there's no writing on the syringe or anything.
There doesn't appear to be any labeling, handwritten or otherwise. You can see the measuring marks on the side with the milliliters and how much is being used. And it seems to be a small dose, but still there. So yeah, we'll go ahead, and for you, Gareth, you've got this a syringe filled with mystery liquid, and if you use this,
kind of liquid.
yes, and if you use this as a weapon, you will get to use one additional die in your attack roll.
Lucky you. So before Bryn, I like your idea of thinking about going to the keypad, but before we do that, I think we should see if we can look out the window. So,
Yeah.
Gareth, do you think you can lift up either me or Bryn to peek out that window?
Shouldn't be too hard.
All right.
Bryn, you look a little smaller than me, and you're taller than me, so that might work out best.
That'd be good. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. That makes sense. I'll
Just to see if we can figure out where we are. Maybe that'll help give us a clue.
Yeah, sure thing. You want to give me just a hand up?
Yeah, I mean, how high up is it? I mean, would it be enough just to give them a boost?
Yeah, if you were to just have them lift them up on your knee, that would be enough distance for you to be able to peer out Bryn.
All right, do that then.
All right.
All right. Okay, so Bryn, as you peek your head out, you can see the soft last bits of light of the day out in what appears to be a tropical forest. You can hear, muffled through this very thick glass, the occasional bird chatter. It doesn't appear to be any any wildlife sounds that you are familiar with, but it appears to be something right out of a holiday vacation. You can see a dirt road that's leading away from wherever you are, and as you peer over, you can see what looks to be a garage, or at least garage door. You can't really make anything else out from this angle.
Well, so fun story. We're in a jungle.
What do you
This
mean
looks
a
like-
jungle?
I mean, like a literal, like, tropical area. We were obviously asleep for quite a while.
What?
I don't know. I just yeah.
Okay.
This looks like there's a dirt road and a garage door out there. This looks like some kind of a facility. I think we're in like freaking like Jurassic Park or something. Hell.
You know Jurassic Park isn't real.
I know it's not, but neither are dudes with black eyes who put you in basements.
Fair. Okay.
I'll climb
What?
back down. Yeah, no, we're in some kind of... I mean, none of us were anywhere near palm trees. I mean, not naturally growing palm trees, anyway.
Did you see any writing or anything on any of the buildings? Nothing.
No, just
No
like
people?
there's a door that's got like a big garage door, and there's a dirt road.
Okay. Well, that's not helpful.
I didn't recognize the sounds of any of the animals or anything. I mean, I'm not a bird watcher, but none of this looks or sounds familiar to me.
Gareth, any ideas?
I mean, I've been to a fair few places, but never anywhere where you'd feel like sipping a pina colada and watching the sun go down.
Same.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, what do y'all think? Should we try and do the keypad to try and get out of here? Because, I mean...
We might as well, although I will say it was looking like it was getting dark. So if we do get out, we're going to be walking through a jungle in the middle of the night.
Better than sitting in here and waiting for whoever put us here.
Fair enough.
'cause what if they come back in the morning?
Yeah, at least there's a dirt path. I mean, we could follow that in the dark. I mean, I didn't see like any tires or anything.
Well, we can check out that, I mean, the garage might have weapon. I mean, we could probably find
Yeah.
stuff.
Something.
So, yeah.
At the very least, a big stick.
And I mean, if you guys are worried about fighting off stuff, I got you.
Okay. I mean, yeah, no, I can help you with the key thing. That's gonna be about it. I'm not gonna be able to hit anybody with anything.
Well, I mean, unless anybody else has any better ideas, I think we should try and tackle that keypad.
Okay. This is not gonna be a quick fix. So, settle in, kids. Okay. I'll go take a look at the keypad.
Okay, so Bryn, this is going to be an extended action. So multiple dice rolls. Each of these rolls is going to take up 10 minutes of time. Now, and for each success that you get, we'll mark that down, but it will take a target number of successes to reach this. Now, this is the sort of thing that if either of your companions feel as though they have any ability whatsoever to contribute to this, they could attempt to help. and I'll leave that up to the two of you as to if you think that you could aid in this in any way.
I mean, I'm not much of a tech guy. I guess. I mean, there's the idea of trying to see which numbers have been pressed more than others.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I haven't taken a look at that yet. I will definitely take a look at that. It's a thing. It's definitely a
Try
thing.
that.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that first before I start doing clickety clacks.
All right, I will say, based off of that advice and that knowledge, that's enough to be somewhat helpful. So this is going to be a dexterity and larceny check. And Bryn, because you are being aided, go ahead and roll your normal dice pool once. This does not count towards your action. This is the aid roll, and tell me how many successes you get.
Okay.
Or actually, sorry, Gareth, let's have you roll this for your aiding of Bryn. Bryn, what's the dice pool?
For me, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, so Gareth, you get to roll 7 dice. Tell me how many successes you get.
Okay. Three.
So Bryn, you get to add 3 dice to this first check.
Yeah, that's literally all my dice. Thank
All right.
you. Here we go. With all of my dice, 2 successes.
2 successes with all of that. Okay,
I
so
know.
the first
All that
10
click
minutes go
clapping.
by, and you think to yourself, oh, yeah, I've got this. The idea of checking which numbers have been done multiple times seems to be good. But it doesn't seem that you get much farther with that aided knowledge. So you have 2 successes in the first 10 minutes of time.
Okay.
And if there's anything that the either Cass or Gareth, if you would like to do during each of these checks, you are more than welcome to.
I am gonna go through the cans of food and try and just kind of assess, like, right, which of these is most nourishing and which can I fit in my pockets.
Okay. So while you are doing that, why don't you go ahead and give me an intelligence and survival check for that, Gareth. And while that's happening, Bryn, go ahead and give me your second check, constituting another 10 minutes.
And this is just regular?
Yes, just regular.
I'm going to assume that this would not count as urban survival.
Not quite, no.
This
Actually,
is
you know what? Canned
apocalypse
food.
cinema.
Yeah. I will say this is part of your specialty. Because this is canned foods. This is, like, societally based.
Well, then 3 successes.
3 successes from Gareth and Bryn.
Also 3 successes.
Also 3 successes. So in 20 minutes of work, you have worked your way up to 5. Very nice. Gareth, as you are going through all of the cans, you count out that there's, aside from the one box that had been torn out, combining with the freeze-dried foods, the other box of oats, which suppose you could mix with the water to create meals, but the box of oats aside, you actually figure that there's about there's 17 supplements of food available to you, and figuring with each person needing approximately 3 meals a day, if you weren't to ration, you've got about 2 days worth of food for you and your companions here, along with the case and a half of water, which again, without rationing, would last the three of you about 4 days. There are a couple of cans that you can bring with you that are pocket-sized. So you've got some traveling food, and you've got about 2, maybe 2.5 days of food, and 4 days of water. Bryn, give me for your 30-minute marker, the third roll here.
Okay. No pressure.
None whatsoever.
2. Oh wait, no, that's a 10 again.
All right.
3.
3 successes. Very nice. As you continue to click away at the keypad, each one actually there being a soft beep, 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 beep. You're getting there. You've gone through so many combinations, but you think that you're making good progress. In these 30 minutes, what little light was coming through the small window has vanished. And Bryn, as you finish up the 30-minute mark, the three of you, can I please get a wits and composure roll?
Cool.
Zero.
Okay. Three. Gareth?
5.
5.
Well, I'm the loser in this one.
Wow. Bryn and Gareth, you both hear, but coming from the outside, it's very muffled, and Bryn, you barely make it out, but Gareth, you are actually by the window, and as thick as the glass is, hear quite clearly sounds animalistic. Another moment goes by. And it sounds like it's getting closer.
Does it sound like any kind of animal that I've ever heard of?
Whatever it is, could be. It sounds like an estranged hound wolf with a roughed up vocal cords. And with each new howl, you know that it's getting closer and closer. And we're going to take a short break on that note. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief intermission so that our players can stretch their legs, they can get water, they can recollect their nerves, and we will be right back. So don't go anywhere to find out what the heck is coming closer to them. We'll see you soon. we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that you enjoyed your break. Before we dive back into it, I just want to say hello to everyone once again. This is the first time we do something where there's not a lot of audience interaction, so we appreciate you being here. We hope that you're enjoying the show. If you have any questions or would like to ask the audience ask the players anything afterwards, come join us on Discord afterwards. We'd like to chat. We'd love to see you there. So, with that being said, players, with the eerie, broken, and odd howling happening in the outside of this apparent tropical jungle that you are in, being heard not by one of you, partially from another, and very clearly from the third. What would you like to do?
How sturdy is the window?
Well, from the last time that you went over, you remember it being fairly thick,
Okay.
but you're not sure.
It's pretty small.
Do you guys hear that? Am I?
Hear what?
Yeah, I'm glad it's not just me. I was wondering if maybe there was something else in whatever they injected us with.
There's
Oh,
something
wait.
outside.
What?
There's something outside. There's something outside. We need to get away from the window. Get away from the window.
Okay.
Like duck under it, or come over here with me in the stairwell. Something. Get away from the window.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
What are you hearing? Is it?
It's like
gunshots
somebody.
or-
It's like a dog or something. How it's an animal. I think. I don't know. It's loud. It's loud.
Okay, maybe we'll just be quiet and maybe it won't notice us.
All
Unless
right.
we're
I mean, we're in a
protected.
concrete bunker, but still, I don't want any like jungle animal trying to get through the glass.
So what are you all doing?
Gonna hide in the stairwell.
I'm in the
away
stairwell.
from the window.
I'm gonna
Cass?
pause my work. Doing numbers. I will remember where I was. I'll try and use my I don't know if my eidetic memory helps me remember where I was,
Oh, you're
where my work
good.
was. I'm good.
You're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna pause what I was doing and just try to hide here in the stairwell.
All right.
And I've smushed myself behind the partially pushed away bookcase or shelving unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can I get dexterity and stealth checks from each of you? That should be... Yeah.
Got a 1.
Okay.
Two successes.
Okay. As you all stand there, two of you hiding behind in the stairwell, Cass, you pushed up against the wall to the side of the shelving. You wait. You wait. No more howls. Then you hear, coming from the floor area by the window, as you look out the window, you can see one large paw, black and maybe dripping. It seems to be glistening in the dark that is the outside. You can see what appears to be a snout come down by the window. You don't see much of it. It's just a... The pause. Away from it. You then hear a coming from, I guess, the other side of the massive steel door. And again, you hear
As the paws click away, do they sound like they're on grass or on floor?
it sounds as
I'm
though
whispering because I'm scared.
give me an intelligence and investigation on that.
Okay.
Nothing you hear.
Is it gone?
I don't know. I don't hear it right outside the door.
Almost directly from the other side of the steel door, whatever lies beyond. There's a moment, and then you hear off in the distance response. It's the sound coming out, though akin to that of a wolf's call, is reverberating through. It sounds like shredded vocal cords, with a growl to it in addition to the call. A moment later, even farther off.
Oh god, there's more of them.
Bryn, is there? Do you think there's any way that we could move not the keypad, but the one with the key fob?
Yeah.
See anything?
Move it away from the door.
Yeah, the other one. Like maybe it leads to a tunnel. Maybe. 'Cause I don't know if this is safe to stay here.
I think we're gonna definitely Scott. Scott,
Mm-hmm.
do I think
Bryn,
that there's any way to hack the key fob?
hacking it? No. Maybe taking it off the wall and seeing what's
Playing
behind, but
it.
at this point,
Okay.
you've only got it needs something. It either needs to be tampered with or it needs a correct component.
Okay, hear me out. And Bryn, you seem to be the expert on these things. What if we just took apart one of the cots and smashed it? The scanner thing, I mean.
No.
No? Damn.
I mean, I'm down for that.
I think we need to wait for these things to go by, whatever it is.
The last call seeming from either one that was far away and had come closer, or the one at your location moving farther away. You aren't sure.
I the other thing that does kind of worry me. Sometimes with these kinds of doors, you put the code in, and then it unlocks, and sometimes it locks right after. But I also might need to relock it. So, at least that seems correct to me, Scott. I don't know that there's a guarantee that it will stay open or stay locked without a key.
Yeah, you're not sure.
So, I'm real reluctant to keep working on this until those things are not anywhere nearby. So maybe, we just stay quiet for a bit. And maybe keep looking for stuff. Maybe I can come meddle with that key fob a little bit, but, that's gonna be harder than this keypad, for sure. Okay.
Gareth, I liked your idea about breaking apart the cods. That's a good idea. If nothing else, at least it gives us
Get
a
your big stick.
Yeah,
I mean, it's better than nothing.
yeah.
You know, did we look underneath any of the other ones?
I don't think so.
I only checked the one that wasn't occupied.
Let's check each of our under our cots.
Real quiet, like.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I'll look under my cot.
Same.
Yeah.
All right. Looking under your cots, you each find your jacket that you were wearing when you had been taken.
Oh, great.
Not quite folded, but just chucked under.
I like this coat.
You don't find any of your other belongings, however. The rest of them seem to have been
Gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So just the coat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
which for you, Cass, I should let you know is actually going to give you a little bit of armor. Because this is a thick coat that you were wearing.
Great.
So just know, let's see, you've got a heavy coat, and the armor rating on that is 1/0. Essentially, within melee combat against bludgeoning damage, you have a resistance of 1. So it's harder to hit you.
I knew I liked my coat.
Okay. We're all so scared we're whispering in real life now. Okay.
I'm gonna put my jacket on.
As am I.
Same.
Okay. I'm gonna check the pockets. Like, I know you said that there none of my belongings there, but is there anything that I didn't leave there?
Feeling through your pockets, you don't feel anything else.
No syringe. Or
No.
anything?
Is there anything else that we haven't looked at? Because we just now checked under the cots. We've checked the shelving, checked the window, we checked the stairs, and the 2 security things. Is there anything else we're missing?
There's
We haven't
the
looked at.
small garbage bin by the shelving unit.
I'm gonna go check out the small garbage bin and I'm gonna dump it out and rifle through it. Quietly. I will do that.
As you head over to the bin, tip it over, and rifle through it, you find nothing but used syringes, and you notice that there are no needles on them. They seem to be connected to the bits that are in the two of yours arms, which by this point, Bryn, this long in the evening, that point of bashing damage that you took has healed up.
Cool.
So you find 9 of these syringes empty.
9.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much, like, will a whole thing of those knock us out for a day, a week, a month?
I mean, that's 3 for each of us.
I mean, I don't seem like I'm physically atrophied or anything. Like, I don't think I've been sleeping in a bed for, like, too long.
Yeah.
So we couldn't be too far away. Maybe they've got, like, some like, kind of like private jet or something, and that's how they moved us.
Maybe we
Because the
lost
boat
maybe
would have
a
taken
week.
too long.
That's frustrating. And so it was just the empty syringes without the needles. Nothing
Mhm.
else.
Nothing else.
I'm gonna try something. And just for description's sake, Gareth's jacket looks like it's clearly old and quite worn and looks like it might once have been like some kind of military issue. Though he does not have the bearing of a soldier in any way. I'm gonna go up to the fob scanner, and I'm gonna hold up my the injection port that's still in my arm to it, and just see if that does anything.
Oh. All right.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Holding it up, both the back of your arm flipping around to the side where the needle is still injected, which, having this inside you is definitely feeling numb and somewhat painful, but there is no beep, no recognition, no sound made.
That
I'm
would
just
have
gonna-
been cool.
Just gonna hold it there for a second and then just thump the wall with my fist. Just shit.
I don't think that a wolf can get through the door. But also, there's no wolves in the jungle. I don't know if you guys knew that about jungles, but there's no wolves in jungles.
Well, that doesn't sound like any kind of wolf I know.
There's typically not concrete bunkers in jungles either.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we are in Jurassic Park.
I told you. Freaking velociraptor dinosaur. Wolves, who knows, man? I don't know. Okay.
I mean,
I
picking
can.
apart these cots are going to be loud. So
Yeah.
we should probably wait. I think. Or should we
maybe
just
go.
risk it?
I don't think we should. I don't know, man. Every part of my brain that's logical is telling me you're in a concrete bunker with a giant steel door. They make buildings like this specifically so things can't get in or out of them. But that's a really scary sound.
I mean, think of it like this. Let's say, Bryn, you managed to get that door open. And then we're outside with whatever the hell those things are, and we have no idea where here is.
Yeah.
Best bet, we make a break to the garage, and then we've got to get in there somehow.
And there's a mouth.
Or we wait until morning and maybe
What, they
somebody
just go
shows up
away?
to give us another shot, and we bum rush them, you know?
You know, thinking of that,
I mean, I've got this. I hold up the syringe.
why are we awake?
Maybe they forgot to give us a full injection? Maybe they ran out?
All of us? I mean, they didn't run out. Why are we
That's
awake?
right. Why are we awake?
What if those things killed them? Maybe.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. We don't even know who they are.
Well, I know whatever they were weren't wolf things. We didn't get kidnapped by wolf people.
No. I vote I think we've got a better chance of knocking out if somebody comes down here, that's because they don't think we're awake.
What
And
if
if they don't
nobody
think
comes
we're
back?
awake, they don't think we're awake, we can surprise them. If we can surprise them, it'll be okay. I think.
Well, how much food do we have? Do we have enough to last?
There's enough for at least a couple of days, and that's without rationing.
Are you-
Except for water.
I really think I can probably get that door unlocked. I'm nervous to do it right now. If we wait maybe till morning, maybe those things are nocturnal.
So what, we just sit here and do nothing?
I know I'm not really too keen on the idea of going back to sleep. Anybody got a deck of cards we could play gin rummy? I don't know.
Scott, I'm gonna go over to one of the cots
Mhm.
and I'm gonna see if I can start figuring out if I can separate some of the metal pieces. See how they
Okay.
fit together, see if I can pull it apart somehow.
Okay. Go ahead, and that would be an intelligence and crafts check.
So if I have a no crafts thing.
So this will reduce you down to 0 dice, which you always get the chance roll. So you get to roll 1 die. You only succeed if you get a 10, and if you get a 1, that is a critical failure, and something bad might happen.
Oh gosh, okay. Fun.
I didn't get either of those things, so we're okay.
Okay. Now, looking at the cot, it looks maybe welded. It looks solid. You're not sure what you might need to break it apart. The metal holding it up looks to be all one big piece.
So there's no way I can take any of the cot apart to use as a weapon.
With you looking at it, your options are pick up the cot or
Pillow
hope
fight.
that something else breaks it.
We could try and hit the mysterious evil wolves to death with pillows.
When
Cans will work.
this is probably another dumb thought, but when you guys went up to the big metal door and were looking at the keypad, you didn't happen to try just pushing the door.
That's a very fair question. I'm kind of nervous to try the door right now with giant wolves outside.
Do we hear? Do we still hear?
The howling has been continuing. It's intermittent.
Great.
But as you
Yeah, I'm kinda
pause, you do
reluctant.
hear.
I'm gonna go and just lean a little weight on the door and just not. I'm gonna try and ascertain whether it can just be pushed open. I'm not necessarily going to push it open, but just see if I feel any movement from it just by pushing the door.
As you walk up to the door, you place your hand on it and apply a small amount of pressure. A little more. A little more. And it gets to where you put enough pressure that your feet slide back ever so slightly. doesn't budge.
I'm just gonna come back down the stairs. Yeah, it was a dumb idea.
No, you gotta try everything, because sometimes the silly things are what work.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The ceiling. Are there any vents? And is there any, you know those ceilings where it has the tiling that you can pop out?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What does the ceiling look like?
The ceiling looks like a flat, just slab of concrete, and you can see the one large fluorescent tube light that is lighting the interior. You don't see any wires coming from it. That's it.
So no vents or anything?
Not that you see, no.
Well, worst comes to worst, we could take a fluorescent light and just bash somebody with it.
Wait. So the light is wired to some kind of power source, right? Has to be.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Can we? I mean, can we see where the wires connect to? Are there visible wiring?
There's no
Connected.
visible wires coming from it, no.
All right, but what if we break the light off the ceiling? That gets us wires, and maybe we can like short one of the security things, and I don't know.
Does that have any merit in my knowledge of security systems, Scott? I don't know. And Emme doesn't know.
I mean, a high voltage to it would certainly do something. Whether or not it's a positive or a negative is kind of up to chance. It's not like in the movies where doing the high voltage, it's like haha, open, like it will short it. Depending on the machine, there are some that have the safety of it. If it's shorted, it unlocks. Others that it just busts. Depends on the quality.
That's kind of a good Hail Mary.
Also, it's our only source of light.
Also that, but
That too.
maybe. I know I'm close on that door. I know I want to go and open up this other door too, but I got a feeling that whatever we needed is in this room.
Yeah, I agree.
Same. I guess and if you can get the door open, we take our chances and run like hell to that other building.
And you know
I vote
what?
we do it in the morning. I know this is gonna suck and I'm antsy, but I vote we just sit here and literally the moment we hear that howling stop, I'll get back to work. That's my vote.
Well, it's not like I can do it without you, so I guess that's my vote decided.
Fine.
Yes.
I'm not happy about it.
Neither am I, to be honest with you. I don't know. Just feel like my odds are better against one poor lab tech who comes down to shoot us with stuff as opposed to
Well, that I'm
several
not worried about.
screaming wolves. So
Okay.
I'll just kind of hunker down at the base of the stairs and just listen for the howling to stop.
Okay. And as you sit at the base of the stairs and the three of you begin to wait out the evening, every couple of moments, a howl echoing in the distance, sometimes closer, sometimes farther away. There's a moment where one comes, sounds like it may have been down the street, that dirt road that you had seen, Bryn, looking out, but nothing comes as close to the building as that first one. And your evening passes, accompanied by the chilling howls of whatever these things were. Do any of you try and sleep, or are you all staying up?
Am I tired? Or am I still hungover from the however many days long naps?
Your sense of time is off, somewhat. But you could try. Otherwise, many hours later, the howling seems to stop. And to make
Is it
sure,
light outside it?
taking a look, you've waited, and the howls that happened up to a couple every minute. 5 minutes have gone by, 10 minutes, and you look out the window and you can see the sunlight beginning to trickle in through the window.
I'm going right back to the lock. Right back to it as soon as it's quiet and there's light. I'm on the
Okay.
clock.
Give me that check for another 10 minutes worth of time working on the pad. One success. Okay. With your mind racing over the evening that passed and what could have possibly happened, you rush back to the keypad, and even with your just picture perfect memory, it's not your memory that's faulting you, but your nerves. But you get a little bit farther in your attempt to unlock this door.
There wouldn't happen to be a can of coffee over there, would there? Jesus.
I'd take some whiskey.
You know, I'm not much of a drinker, but at this point, yeah, sure. God.
There is no whiskey.
I'm just gonna make sure that each of us have like at least a can of something to eat and a can of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So three cans of food and water down of your supply. As you are continuing to munch on breakfast, go ahead and Bryn, you can give me a second roll.
Come on, little click-clicks. That's a 10 again.
2 successes. Boy, these dice are treating you great, aren't they? You feel like you're on the verge of something. There's only so much that you can do, and you know you can, but you are so frustrated with this machine. Cass and Gareth, you both you're hearing Bryn beep away at this keypad with increased levels of frustration, and finishing off the meal for the 30 minutes now past hearing the wolves or whatever they are stop howling. Give me another check.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Vegas, you got this.
3.
Come on.
All right. As you chow down on some food really quickly, you set it aside. Cass and Gareth, you hear the beeping, and Bryn, you're seeing beep 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 beep, small red light, beep 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 beep, small red light, and you're remembering all of the combinations that you've tried. Beep 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 beep, small red light, beep 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 beep. and you turn and you see the massive steel doors opening slightly inward.
Guys, maybe grab a couple of the cans. I think we're out.
Nice
Holy
job,
shit, you actually did it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I'll just very, very, very stealthily just try to out the door, just a little to see what's on
Okay.
the other side.
Seeing that so where there's the large slit in the center of the massive steel doors, only the section on the left has opened backwards. And as it is open, you can see that it appears to be a wood paneling facade on the opposite side. And as you pull it out, immediately you feel a wash of humidity and warm air. Just that the sort of, when you take a deep breath, you can almost swallow and drink it.
Oh God, stupid sea air.
And I have a question.
Mhm.
Is my danger sense going off at all?
Nothing is peeking to mind, no.
Okay.
Although I will say, you maybe had some peaks during the evening.
Obviously.
Wonder what that was.
What could have possibly been dangerous?
Gee,
Who knows?
I slept real good. I don't know about you guys.
Oh man, this is just a dream. Okay, so
We're on vacation, right?
you bet.
So Bryn, peeking out,
From one
aside from
vacation to
the
another.
heavy humidity and the warm air coming in, the sounds of the wildlife outside are much more prevalent now, and directly to the opposite side, the door seems to lead into a hallway. You can see the same wood paneling. Almost looks to be like thick bamboo. And opening up, you can peer to both the left and the right. As you peer down the left, you can see what looks to be a bedroom. A large window with a very bright, colorful curtain through which light is streaming through. There's a massive bed, and you can see very little else from there, but you can see to the right of the room, as the hallway goes, there's a door leading into another smaller area attached to the bedroom. As you look to your right, you can see a door, again, appears to be made out of this thicker bamboo, and a wall that continues to curve around.
We're in a hidden wall in a bedroom.
What? And I'm gonna walk up behind her and come out.
That's somehow worse.
We are in a hidden room in a bedroom. Okay, I'm going to not seeing anybody. Crawl out a little bit, and I'm gonna try and keep along the furniture, so I'm nice and hidden.
Okay.
And try to get a better view of where I am.
Okay, are you stepping out to go towards the bedroom or the curving door hallway area? Left or right?
Left.
Left. All right. So as Bryn begins to hug the wall and inch towards the bedroom, Cass, you step out from behind her, and you can see the bedroom to your left. All the walls seem to be made of this very thick bamboo. The door as well, having a glass window with a rather, almost looks like thatched grass curtain, and then the wall continuing to curve around. Would you like to follow Bryn? Would you like to go to the right?
I'll go to the right just so we can make sure that the house is cleared.
Okay.
Divide and conquer.
And Gareth, while these two are entering into the hallway in this structure, what would you like to be doing?
I'm going to. I'll also step out into the hallway, trying to keep an eye on both of them, so that I know where each of them is.
Okay. Stepping into the middle of the hallway, keeping an eye on the two of them. Bryn heading into the bedroom, kind of hugging the wall. It doesn't take you very far. There's about enough space for your whole body before you then are in the bedroom down this hall. It's a compact space. You can see the what now looks to be the main bedroom. You can see the doorway that led off leads into a space. You can see a small open door with a toilet, a sink, and a large glass wall in this area. The bed itself, actually, you notice that the sheets have been thrown into a severe disarray. And can you actually give me a wits and investigation?
Sure.
Or actually, this is more passive. You can give me a wits and composure.
Ooh, where were these rolls earlier? Good lord. That is 5 successes. Where was this earlier?
5 successes, which is considered to be an exceptional success. Well done. So, looking about, you see, they have been thrown about, but they also have been torn apart. It's not a very clear ripping and shredding, but you can see very clear, looks like talon or claw or knife marks cutting into sections of the sheets, scraping into the side of the wood frame of the bed. And
cool.
Yeah, and they it looks as though there are 4 claw marks. And actually, as you pick up the pillow, looking at it, you can see 4 puncture wounds on one side of the pillow. And as you flip it over, you see a 5th puncture wound on the back end.
Oh, crap. Is anyone with me? Anyone at all nearby?
So Gareth is in the hall, and you turn to look at him, and as that is happening, Cass. Again, very little room. As you turn and move down this hallway, you look directly to your right. You actually find immediately another door affixed to the wall.
A normal door?
It looks to be a normal door. And peeking your head around the corner, you can see a large couch with 2 chairs, creating a small seating area with actually a large flat screen television mounted to the wall above a not a fireplace, but a mantelpiece. You can see then a small table pushed up against the wall, but has actually been pushed to the side. The chairs, you can see, would have created a perfect V, but one of them has been shoved aside, and another has actually been toppled over entirely. As the wall continues around, peering, you begin to get the sense that the wall is a continuous circle. You then see a small dining room with shattered porcelain across the floor, and a kitchen with the cabinets open, and cutlery strewn about, and drawers with their contents overthrown.
That's a big mess. I'm gonna go into the kitchen and pick up and look for a couple of knives.
All right, give me a wits and investigation on that. Two. Looking about, you find forks, small butter knives. You don't find anything else of much use, except you do find, as you turn over one of the drawers that was on the ground, beneath it is actually a rather large chef's knife.
Perfect. I'm gonna take that. And
All right.
yeah.
So a knife has been.
I had a question for you as well. When I was walking past the living room, you said there was a fireplace. Is there, you know how they have those sets of the poker and the...
So there's not an actual fireplace. There's just a mantelpiece.
Just a mantle? Okay.
And then beneath where a fireplace would be for most structures, there is a small decorative table that has been jostled about.
Never mind.
Now, for you with this knife, things you should know: this will add, this deals lethal damage. It will add 1 die to your die pool when making attacks with this roll, and its size is 1. So it is a small item.
Thank you.
You are welcome. At this point, Bryn, you were turning and you saw Gareth.
I'm making a leap of imagination here. But whatever did this to this pillow, and I'll show them both sides. These are fingers, that's a thumb.
That'd
It
make
had
sense.
It had hands. So, I couldn't do that with my hands.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think maybe whatever those things we heard last night were either in here last night or have been in here before.
Been in here a minute. Yeah. Yeah, whatever they were doing. I mean, last night I didn't hear them do this. I don't know. I mean, that door was really thick, but if we could hear them howl it, I'd like to think we would have heard them do this.
Yeah, maybe. How does the, aside from like broken furniture and, you know, items strewn about and things, like how does the actual structure of the place look? Does it look well maintained? Is, you know, are things dusty or, you know, neglected?
Yeah, it looks fairly cleaned. It doesn't look like as though it has been neglected, aside from the immediate damages that have been done. But you notice that there's not like broken glass in the windows that you can see. If you would like, you can give me a really quick wits and investigation if you'd like to look into more detail on that. Also, while that is happening, Bryn, it is around this time, with the excitement of opening the door and getting out there, you recall, with your eidetic memory, the code. I remember the code. The code that you input was 08427 pound.
08427 pound. Thank you.
You are welcome.
That will be 2 successes.
2 successes. Yes, you look about and you notice that for the most part, the structure of this home thing has been well kept. You do notice some scratch marks along places on the interior of the bamboo walls. And upon closer inspection of the bamboo walls, you can actually see that there is a more solid foundation on the outside. It seems as though the bamboo is more of there for facade and less for structural integrity. But you can see, mostly in areas where things have been disturbed, gashes in the bamboo against the wall.
Well, what's our next move? Do we see what's up with the rest of this place, or do we get the hell out of here?
I mean, I'm all for voting to get the hell out of here, but I'm also thinking we're gonna have to find a place to hide from those things. And I feel like where we were is a good place. I don't know. I really wanna. I wanna find that key fob. I wanna open the door. Maybe there's like a tunnel out or something. But either way, I mean, we had to get here somehow. Like, I know I was saying plane, but maybe a boat, a plane, find something, get out. I'm gonna start looking around the bedroom. See if there's signs of like personal belongings of any kind, like if I can figure out whose bedroom this was, and I'm looking for a key fob.
Okay. Looking about in the bedroom, you can find a you don't find a whole lot in the bedroom itself, but continuing on, you see into the bathroom with a rather large walk-in shower, but then you can see a walk-in closet beyond there. Peering into this, it is a very spacious closet, but for such a spacious closet, it actually isn't filled that much with clothing. About half of it filled. You can see a collection of suits that have been torn to shreds. You see some more soft linen white button-ups, a couple of things that look as though they're not gaudy Hawaiian patterns. They're more muted, but still rather a tropical colored look. And again, shredded. And you see two hangers on the other side of the closet. One empty, the other has a tan set of coveralls draped on them, and they are untouched.
Well, I'm looking at those.
Okay. Pulling the coveralls off the side, or off of the hanger, you look over them, and you can see a spot for a name tag that looks as though it's been ripped, but not cleanly, and a small bit has been left. That is D-A-L-L.
Does it look like that's the beginning or the end?
The end.
Cool. Anything in the pockets?
Checking the pockets. You do find a small key
Oh.
on a keyring. Has the keyring has one of those plastic tags, and there's a slip of paper in there, but it doesn't appear to have anything written on it.
Crud. Oh, I got a key to something. But I feel like these were here after the monsters. That did the thing. The wolfy things that did the things because they didn't claw this up. But somebody didn't want us to know the name on this or something. I'll pocket the keys. The key.
Okay.
I'm just gonna very, very quietly and sneakily try and like creep forward, see if there's any more of this place to explore.
All right. So, coming into the same room as Cass, you can see that she's just about picked up this rather elegant-looking piece of cutlery, and you can actually see beyond the kitchen. There seems to be a large sliding glass door. Seems to open up onto a small balcony or porch.
I'm gonna just gesture to Cass that, like, I'm gonna go and look out there. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna gesture that, like, I'm going over there.
Okay.
And I will, the sliding door is closed, I assume.
Yes.
I would like to try and open it a little bit.
All right. With doesn't even need the latch as you pull it. Moves ever so slightly.
I'll just peek outside.
All right. Peeking outside, you look first over to your right, and you actually see Bryn coming out from the closet area. This another door leading into the bedroom and a clear shot into the bathroom and closet. To your left, you see jungle, and you hear the sounds of birds calling. Possibly a larger animal of some sorts. Doesn't appear to be dangerous. It's almost picturesque. The sort of thing that you see in advertisements on television for come escape your everyday worries. And without giving the situation, might have actually been a very beautiful view.
I'm just gonna slide it shut again and just turn to Cass. Found our way out.
And while he was looking at all that stuff, I'm still exploring the kitchen because I want to see if I can find, bills, names, anything to let us know who did this, who owns the place, who's been here.
All right. Say keeping the investigation check that you had given me before, since it would have been like a rolling thing. You don't find a whole lot of paperwork. In your looking about, you find in the fridge there is some food. Looks like the fridge had been left open, and it was. You could feel what might have been cold air, but it's essentially neutral to the room now. Some of the food seems to have spoiled, but you do find a couple more, not cans of food, but some. There's a basket of fruit that has been toppled over that also seems ripe. So there seems to be some more food here in the kitchen. But there's not any sort of paperwork of any kind.
Is the fruit, is it just tropical fruit, or is it like apples and oranges and things like that?
It's actually apples and oranges. It's there is some tropical fruit in there, something that you you recognize, a mango. There's something in there that you're not 100% sure what it is, but brightly colored and slightly squishy and about the size of a large golf ball, like golf ball and a half. But then there is your standard fare of apples, bananas, and a couple of oranges. They're strewn about, but the bowl is an elegant piece of glassware that has not broken. It's still on the counter of the kitchen. So it looks great, but doesn't seem in keeping with the whole rustic tropical cottage.
Right.
And is this, basically the extent of the place?
Yes, there was the one door as well. Aside from the sliding doors, there is a door in the bedroom leading onto the same balcony, and the door in the hallway that Cass had walked past, and then another door on the opposite wall of that hallway that was actually slightly ajar, and you could see lead outside.
I'm going to go and check out the door that Cass passed that is not slightly ajar.
All right. Check out the door that is not slightly ajar. This is directly next to the large security door that you had been stuck behind just the evening before. Opening it up, it appears to be a hall closet. You actually can see a piece of luggage, like a couple of suitcases tucked neatly in a corner. There also appears to be a couple of light jackets that are hanging in the closet. You think to yourself, jackets in the tropics, that's odd, but they're there.
I'd like to pull one of the suitcases out, open it up, see if there's anything in it.
Even from just lifting it, you feel that's fairly light, and opening it up, your suspicions are confirmed. It appears to be empty.
Same for the second one.
As you lift it, again, very light.
I guess I'll poke my head through the door that leads outside then.
All right. Poking your head through the door that leads outside, you can see this leads to a separate porch that has a little bit of some stairs leading down to the ground, where you can see the edge of the dirt road that had been reported to you from Bryn.
I'll take a few steps down, just to the edge of the dirt road, and just kind of see what I can see from here, but still staying, very much within hearing and visibility range.
All right. Staying within, taking a few steps away from the cottage, you turn back and you can see it is a small circular cottage with what appears to be a thatched palm leaf roof, and it is almost a picturesque hut. It's nestled into this small jungle area. It looks as though the area around the hut has been somewhat cleared away. There's maybe a good 15 feet from the hut to the forest on the one side of it. But then to the right side, as you are looking back, you can actually see the larger, again, somewhat out of place in comparison to the hut, large garage. Looks to be about half again as tall as a typical car garage, and is a 2, maybe 3 car storage. But the large wooden door to this garage is shut.
I'm going to wait out here I'd like to check that place out, but I'm not going by myself. Certainly, not without other people knowing that's where I'm going.
If I don't see anything like a desk or anything, I would probably start moving outside.
All right. I'd say you moving out from the closet, not seeing anything in the bedroom that resembles a desk. You
Yeah.
catch. You see Gareth right as he's stepping out from that door.
Okay.
And about that time, Cass, are you still in the kitchen? Or are you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick sweep at the living room, see if there's anything in there that is of worth note.
Yeah. From an initial main glance, you see the small living space. It's not very much a separate room. It's in the same curvature as the kitchen, dining, living. It seemed to be one large lounge entertaining space. But it doesn't. You don't see anything in particular. You do see on the mantle, or on the table beneath the mantle. So there's the large flat screen television, which actually, taking a second glance at it, you actually see it has the black and white spider webbing coming from the bottom corner, and it looks as though it had been smashed against the wall. And you can see a couple of small picture frames on the table that is beneath the mantle. And as you approach them, shattered glass and shreds of paper in them.
Is there, can I see if I can put them together to kind of get an idea, or are they just so trashed, there's no way?
Incredibly trashed. You might be able to put them together, but it's not going to be a puzzle, done. This is going to be I might be at this for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
But possibly
Other
doable.
than yeah, maybe later, depending on how things go. But other than that, that's basically it. Other than the smashed furniture or the furniture that's kind of strewn about.
And that's it. Looking around, you look to your left, and at that point you catch the eyes of Bryn in the bedroom.
Then I'll gesture to Bryn, and we'll just make our way out.
Yeah. Anything? Any personal effects?
I mean, I got a knife.
I found a key.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Is
the
it small key or a big key?
small key.
Huh.
That's not an electronic key, unfortunately, so not the one I was hoping to find. I found only one set of clothes that wasn't destroyed, and it had part of a name on it. It had DALL, and I kind of got the impression it was the end of a name. It was on a set of coveralls, like somebody like a worker's coveralls. Maybe somebody who worked at the house. I don't know, but or maybe whoever owned the house worked in them. But my guess is they were here after whatever destroyed this place destroyed it, because they weren't destroyed. All the other clothes.
Do you think it's the name of a person or a company, like a brand?
Could be a company. That's very true. I don't know. It was on a name tag, so my guess is a name, but it could have been a company. Yeah.
Well,
there was just a weird amount of stuff in the closet. Like there just wasn't enough to justify that big a closet. Like I don't know.
Maybe it's
and then there
or something.
Whatever did the destroying of stuff, it had a thumb. I found this pillow that had 4 finger marks and one on the back.
So like a person like ripped it?
Yeah, but like it looked like I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe they just had really sharp fingernails. I don't know.
Huh. Well, let's I mean there's nothing else here. I did a sweep of the rest of the house, and Gareth was in the closet, and I don't think he found anything. So let's go check out that garage and see if we can get the hell out of here.
Maybe there's a car. All right. Hey, Gareth, anything interesting?
Well, I thought I'd wait for you two before checking out that. Just nod towards the garage.
Yeah, that seems like the right call. All right.
So as
Yeah,
a
whatever.
group, I guess we'll just head towards the garage.
All right. Trekking towards the garage as a group, you come up. You can see that there's the large, looks to be pull-away doors, but also to the far left of it, a more standard wooden frame door with a handle. Again, this structure doesn't look as though it was built to be in keeping with the aesthetic of the hut. It looks as though it was more of a functional purpose.
Well, I guess we'll try the door first.
All right. As you reach out and grab the handle of the door, it opens. And as you pull it open, the three of you, now having exited from your prison beneath this cottage and having found yourselves on this tropical island, we're going to find out what's inside the garage next week on episode 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening on the first episode of Damned Paradise. So,
What a great
Title
name.
card.
roll credits. We hope that you have enjoyed it. If you would like to chat with us, we are going to head to our Discord for a post-show hangout. We would love to see you there. Otherwise, be sure to check out our schedule for other shows that we are airing. We look forward to seeing you for the next episode. Again, same time next week here on Twitch for episode 2 of Damn Paradise.
Same time, same place, baby.
We'll see you all.
GTFN.